Hello there everybody, Sam Strains here, welcome back to the railway and welcome back to hopefully a very exciting and interesting video. So a little while ago when I did my O-gauge video, I asked you guys in a poll whether you'd like to see me go through my boxes of railway goodies. Very briefly, what happened with that is a relative of my granddad had a bit of a lucky find in the attic apparently. A relative who's very sadly been long dead now, used to collect model railways, used to build kits, did a little bit like me but probably in a more serious way. Anyway, all this stuff was found in his attic and my granddad very kindly for my birthday actually bought them off him so that I could have them. And basically, as you can see behind me, I have two gigantic boxes of stuff. Now, I know to some people this would not be a good gift, some people would be completely stressed out by this, but for me personally, you don't understand how much pleasure I'm going to get out of restoring some of this stuff. Obviously, I've already started the O-gauge locos I showed you during the last O-gauge video I did. Absolutely loved restoring those, they were fantastic. But there's a lot more work to do, so we're going to go through the boxes and I hope you enjoy it. It's a bit of a graveyard, some of it's going to be fixable, some of it maybe not, but either way I'm going to have fun trying. Today though, let's just take a look. Alright, so yeah, as you can see, I have got dust sheets down for this. I'm not insane, I don't have some crazy phobia of dirt, or maybe I do. Obviously, there are just a lot of sensitive model trains around in this room. I could just vac, but it just takes so long in this room because of all the scenery and tracks, so dust sheet is easier. There are two boxes, as you've seen. There's one box which I've sorted locos into and things that I think will be able to be serviceable. And then there's another box, that's this one, which is more the sort of more difficult, more challenging things, some of which I know I won't be able to fix. So some of it I might just keep for parts, some of it I may try and sell, other parts I might keep, keep around for projects or something like that. So let's delve in and take a look. So first things first, there's quite a lot of O-gauge track inside here. Most of it is Lima, so I'm going to take that out because I don't think you're going to want to look at that. I didn't use any of this to build my O-gauge layout. I decided that I would buy some new track for that, just because I wanted to try and do things properly if possible. Okay, that is most of the track out of the way. I'll address the first thing then that a lot of your eyes will have been drawn to, and that is this. I believe this is some sort of O-gauge kit. Apparently this was what was being worked on when the collector very sadly died. I'm not entirely sure what it is. I talked to my friend TARDIS Rescue, Dan, about this. Hi Dan, if you're watching. He thinks this is something LMS, so if you recognise this loco, do let me know. There are quite a few bits for it. I mean, it's obviously an unfinished kit, but I don't think all the bits are here. For example, here is the chassis, and it is a motorised chassis, and the motor does run, which is pretty cool. But besides that, yeah, I don't think I'm going to be able to do anything with that. But it might be, it might be worth keeping around for whatever reason. There's this box. There's a really weird sort of LMS loco here. This I don't think I'm going to be able to do anything with. It's just like a pretend dummy loco with some wheels stuck in. It's more of a, I think, a toy, something like that, but quite interesting nonetheless. There's all sorts in here. That looks like an underframe from some sort of O-gauge coach, I'm going to guess. Yeah, this guy apparently did quite a lot of kit building. There are some useful bits. I mean, there's an axle there. Presumably that could be from a pony truck of some description. There's all sorts of bits of sort of pre-cut metal, which I guess might have been done for the kit. I mean, there's the smoke box door for the LMS loco, whatever it is. We've got a sprung buffer, O-gauge, I think. Yeah, there's quite a lot in here. It needs to be gone through really, but there are some useful bits. I mean, there's some vacuum pipes. So yeah, one or two bits that I might be able to use, worth keeping around. There's some interesting things in this box. For example, Slater's human miniatures, I guess. There we go. So you've got some unpainted crew there. They look like O-gauge, don't they? So that might be handy. Another thing I was really pleased about, which is a bit strange, are these just sheets of sort of brass, but you can make all sorts with those. I mean, pickups maybe. It's probably a bit stiff for pickups. But yeah, if I ever need to make something out of metal, that would be great. Here's something for pickups. I've not seen these before. Yeah, little strips. They do feel a bit more flexible. So yeah, I'm often needing to make pickups out of whatever. Oh, look. An LNER postcard with an A4 on the front. That's pretty nice. So yeah, there's quite a lot of stuff like that. It's just interesting tidbits, really. What have we got inside here? You see, I don't think this is anything railway related. It looks like just some sort of screws. Yeah, don't know. Inside here, yeah, not really anything of interest. Some motors, which might be worth keeping around because motors are good. There's tools, there's some sort of cotton, I guess. There's a wrench, mini wrench, fuses, pencils. Yes, it's not been sorted through, as you can tell. Inside here, I think there may be some bits for the O-gauge Loco. We've got a reverser rod in there. Let's have a look what some of this other stuff is. We have some, I think, handrail holders, something like that. Really is the very, very basic bits. This says Royal Scot. Royal Scot nameplates. So could that be what the Loco was? Could it have been a Royal Scot? I'm not too sure. There's all kinds of stuff inside here. We've got washout plugs, that says. Handrail knobs. I'm not going to go through these in much detail. A lubricator, that is. I don't know what that is, some sort of block. Anything else of interest? That is Dreadnought nameplates. There looks to be steps inside there, yeah. Part of an underframe, that looks like it could be to do with a tender, perhaps. Yeah, it's definitely some sort of underframe. There's some nuts and bolts, mini ones, a weight, and all sorts of track pins and that. Yeah, all sorts of different stuff inside there. We've got brake handles there. Yeah, it's very, very interesting, a lot of this. Okay, let's take a look then and see if there's anything else. There's some really old coaches here. Again, these are not going to be any use to me, I don't think. The couplings and wheels are the old sort that I don't use anymore. But there's quite a few. That's 3, and I can see at least a 4th in there. Yeah, so there's a rake of 4 of those, very old Triang coaches. Yeah, that's quite nice to look at, but I don't think I would personally use it. This is interesting. Look, we've got a diagram of the arrangement of Walschaerts valve gear. There we are, very interesting. So that might be nice to maybe frame or something and keep around. We've got an Intercity Coach here. Again, this will be useful. It's got metal wheels on it, proper Triang style couplings. I can always take those off and use them. So that might come in useful, you never know. What's this? Cherry scale models, model locomotives, O-gauge. Yeah, shout out to Cherry scale models. Yeah, it's just, it looks as though it's some sort of guide to building O-gauge models. Yep, that's interesting. We've got the dummy car from a blue Pullman with a mix of different wheels on it. I've got loads of these, so that's just going to be for spares, I suppose. Here's a bit of something interesting. There is the body of a brake van. I don't know what sort of brake van. It might even be kit built. But yeah, that is a brake van. Very interesting stuff. This looks like the remnants of one of the old sort of Hornby or Triang car transporters. It's in a bit of a bad shape. It says no hump shunting on the side. Yeah, I think that's been played with and seen its day, hasn't it? What is this? This is M7137, some sort of component. It looks like it could be to do with the valve gear of a steam loco, I suppose. I'll put it with the rest of that stuff anyway. Here we've got a Great Western 1st and 3rd body kit. Not much left of it really. That looks like a bit of roof perhaps. Yeah, it's just some plastic hard really. Maybe I'll be able to use that. I don't think so. I'm not much of a kit builder. I could be though if I wanted to try maybe. Here we have the body or the upper section of an O-gauge kit built wagon, which is made of metal, very heavy that. Don't know if there's any underframe for it. We'll have to look and maybe see. We've got the underframe of some sort of tender, I'm going to guess. Yeah, looks like it's O-gauge. Again, what that is for, I couldn't tell you. I've got no idea at all, but it's there anyway. And then another bit of underframe. That looks like the base of a wagon or part of the base of a wagon. So if I find anything else that corresponds with this, you know, I might be able to take it out and use it. Let's have another look at some of this stuff. I'm not going to go through the various paperwork. That looks like some sort of, I don't know, power tool. There are receipts here. Yeah, it's an order, Mr. R. Brown. Gosh, some interesting things in here. It's quite sad. Here we are. There's part of those sort of Triang transcontinental diesels. That looks like one of the sort of dummy / coaches for it. Yeah. Let's see. We have a low loader wagon. Look at that. It's got some really old wheels. The couplings are all a bit damaged on it. Otherwise, I might pinch those for another project or something. There's just a strip of duct tape. That's interesting, isn't it? What this is, I'm not too sure. This is a Triang made in England wagon. Yeah, that could be usable, couldn't it? I mean, if you wanted to do a project on this, you could get new bogies for it and maybe paint it up. Yeah, there's a lot you could do with some of this stuff if I had the time. I'd like to. I've got another. Oh, this is the dummy car for that Triang Transcontinental Loco. Yep, good to see that. Let me just restart the camera. I think it's about to stop. Right, well, I hope you're enjoying this. I know it's a little bit just junky, isn't it? But yeah, it's interesting to look at. Right, well, we've got an XO4 motor inside here with a gear on it. Ooh, that's in a right old state, is that. And then whatever this stuff is, I have no idea. Yeah, I'm sure someone will be able to recognise those pieces and tell me what they are, but I've got no idea. I can recognise this, though. This is one of the Triang Britannia tenders. Yeah. Again, it's seen better days, it's missing its weights and things, but it's still recognisable, I suppose. Another Slater's bit of detailing here. These are some vacuum pipes, although they don't really look like vacuum pipes, but I guess that's what they are. Quite a lot of these Slater's models, this looks like some sort of reversing lever. So you can see what I mean. There's a lot of parts here, possibly for that O-gauge Loco, but there's nothing that would finish it. You know, I want valve gear and a chimney and all these other things that you actually need. Coupling rods, really. Nothing like that I've found. We have a Lima Wagon here without any couplings on it. If I could get some couplings, that could be usable. Don't know what's in here. Little brown envelope. Let's take a look. Yeah, just some pickups really. I have no idea what those would be for. Probably use them on all sorts, couldn't you? Look like pickups anyway. Some sort of, probably axle pickups or something like that. It looks like that. Some adapter. Yeah, no idea. What's this? I mean, what is that? Is that a tool for something? The thing is, though, it might have nothing whatsoever to do with model railways, so I'm not going to linger on this. Yeah, power adapters. Look, this looks like some sort of level crossing barrier, is my guess. Possibly, I'm not too sure, but it looks pretty large scale. I don't think that's 00, but who knows? Could have been just a toy, I've no idea. Front bogie, I'm guessing it's a front bogie. It's all seized up. Well, that axle is, this one's moving. Yeah, front bogie, is it for that? Well, what I'm going to say is a Royal Scot. It could be a Patriot or anything like that. Here's another sort of base. You know, I found a reciprocating part of this. It feels like it's made of lead, though. It's quite bendy. Could be white metal. No idea. What does it say? It doesn't say anything on it. Yeah, but yeah, part of a tender, I'm going to guess. I'm not much of an experienced kit builder. In fact, I've never built a kit, so your guess is as good as mine, or in fact better, rather. Okay, what is this? Looking for clues to see what that kit could be. Yeah, that's just faded beyond recognition, but there is quite clearly an LMS Loco of some description on there, but it's very badly faded. Can I tell what it is? Driving wheels. Yeah, can't tell. Right, there's a lot of newspaper and magazine cuttings here. Yeah, no idea what these are for. If I could find some newspaper, I could perhaps get a date for you. 27th of April 1989. So that gives you an idea. And this is a receipt for some com rods and eccentric rods and things. So they must have been bought, but whether they made it to me, I have no clue. I don't know what's in here. I mean, look, I've just found in here some tiny, tiny little drill bits. They could be really, really useful. I'm going to keep hold of those. I often need a tiny drill bit. A cable tie. That's fun, isn't it? A screw. There's an awful lot of ceremony for this screw, which is just taped to the front. And there's some LMS running numbers, it looks like. All sorts of transfers that you can put on if you like. Another Triang wagon. Yeah, let's not go into too much detail on those because I feel I might be showing you quite a lot. There's a dead bee, and not a real one, I should point out. Yeah, whatever that is for. Why that's with the modelling stuff, I don't know. Maybe it's O-gauge. I would have thought real bees would be. I would have thought O-gauge bees would be smaller than that. Part of a buffer beam here, I think, with a 3-link stuck to it. Yeah, don't know. Right, we get into the dregs now. So here we have Midland Railway or LMS buffers. Now they look like O-gauge to me. No, double O-gauge rather. Yeah, can you see those? Very, very small. I'm pretty sure those are not O-gauge, but I could be wrong. A brush for cleaning, excellent. There's a tanker here. This is a Triang one, I think. yeah, it's all a bit smashed up and broken. You'd need some real TLC on that if you're going to fix it. This is handy. There's some lamps here. These look like they're O gauge, and there's sort of little diamonds fitted inside which will reflect the light a little bit. So yeah, these are quite old. I mean, if these are from the 1980s, they're not going to have LEDs fitted to them and such, are they? Cambrian 3-link couplings. These are double O gauge as well. So yeah, if I ever need 3 links, I doubt I will, in double O gauge, then I've got some of those, I guess. Yeah, there's some curtain holders, instructions for WD-40, some screws, a little bottle, no idea. Yeah, I think we've reached the end of that one. Some more vacuum pipes right there. Anything else of interest? I know it's the little things that interest people, like this, for example, an old lady in a seated position. Yeah, a milk churn, looks like, a little die-cast milk churn. Maybe I could use some of this stuff, yeah. Yeah, looks like part of maybe some brake rigging from under a wagon. Yeah, possibly. Okay, there's a few more dregs in the bottom. There's a really old looking tanker, look at that. Yeah, this didn't appeal really, I didn't much fancy that. But it's all right, you know, it's a bit of history, isn't it? There's a coach, blue Pullman coach. Unfortunately, it's been painted. If it was in good condition, that would be worth quite a bit. But yeah, as it is, unfortunately, I doubt it. WC Adams, these look like some yeah, transfers or stickers for the private owner wagons of some description. Maybe that one I found, maybe these were intended for that, no clue. Findus, this says, this is a Lima wagon from Italy. It's got some wheels on it, not all. Does this thing fold off? No, maybe it opens. Ah, yes. Oh, right, and there's some bags of flour inside. That was a little treat, wasn't it? That must be where that little milk churn came from. In fact, I can see there's loads of milk churns and bags of flour in the bottom of the box. I think I'll leave those in there. There's a big worm drive, I've just noticed. That must be from some sort of massive O-gauge loco, but none that I've used. There's some granny scissors. We've always called those granny scissors for some reason. Another postcard, this one LMS, that looks like a Patriot or a Royal Scot or some sort of LMS 10-wheeler anyway. There you go. Now, there's something very cool at the bottom of this box. I don't know if you've spotted it. It is an LMS Garrett. Now, any info on this would be much appreciated. Let me show it to you. So it's not in good condition. It's going to need work if it's ever going to run again. But any idea where this kit came from? I've got the revolving coal bunker. Yeah, how well it's been actually assembled, I've got no idea. But it's made of metal. It's pretty heavy. Only one of the wheel sets is driven, and some of the linkage seems to be damaged. I mean, how would you even go about fixing that? You can't just solder it, can you? Yeah, I think I'll find a way. But yeah, I haven't attempted it yet, that's for sure. And the revolving coal bunker is indeed there. Hang on, there it is. Yeah, a big metal piece as well. So if anybody knows the origin of this model, do let me know, and I'd love to know more. Okay, oh, this might interest some people. Some stuff inside this coach, but let's see if it says on the bottom, vacuum cylinder. What? Gas cylinder ratio. Ah, that's what I was looking for. It's a ratio kit of a Great Western coach. Quite nice, but yeah, I think it's just been hammered around in this box for a bit too long, and seen better days. Okay, well, I think that's more or less it. There are some interesting bits. There's a buffer there attached to a bit of buffer beam, a wooden block. That's fun. I could play with that. There's the base of a Hornby LNER brake van. There's a street lamp here, metal too, with a bulb inside. That's very nice. Looks like O gauge, so it's not going to be double O compatible. And there's more of those bits. I've no idea what they are. They look like something that might attach to the track, you know, like a bit like what Hornby did with their sort of yeah, trackside accessories. And then finally, there's a box that says Garrett bits on the top, but I'm pretty sure these are not a double O gauge Garrett bits. As you can see, the motors there are quite large, and there are some sort of white metal pieces inside here, which are not double O gauge. They look like O. So I'm guessing whoever sold all these models to my granddad obviously didn't know what they were doing really, I guess, and they might have sold other bits to other people, and not kept everything together. But yeah, if anyone needs any O-gauge Garrett bits, I've got them there. So I'm going to pack everything back into this box, and then I will show you the second box, which I have sorted through, and that is some more of the salvageable stuff, I think. Okay, box 2. Before we get on to that, I will just show you a close-up of this wagon, because it appears to have melted in quite an interesting way. I do remember reading something about the old Triang wagons, and I forget now what sort of plastic it was. Was it vinyl or something like that? I'm not too sure, but either way, yeah, there was a sort that used to warp and bend, and either because of that or because of the glue that the coal was fitted into this with, yeah, this is warped in a very crazy way. I thought that would be interesting to show you. Right, anyway, box 2. As I've already said, a lot of the stuff in here I think is at least worth a go. Most of it, at first glance, appears to be sort of serviceable, and I'm going to be sort of working through it and seeing if I can get it all back up and running again. So, let me just bend this piece back. Okay. And we will start. So the O-gauge stuff, yep, you've already seen the O-gauge locomotives, but there's also quite a lot of O-gauge rolling stock, including this gigantic thing, which is fine, it's all there. 3 containers, as you can see. For some reason it's had weird stickers, Bosch, that one, stuck onto it. But yeah, it's all there, the wheels are there, the couplings seem to be there and functional. Obviously it needs a very thorough cleaning, but if I can get that working, that'll look pretty good on the O-gauge layout. There are a few O-gauge wagons, 2 of them I've already started working on. This one I've cleaned up, or started to clean up I think. As you can see, what's that? Hall and Dean. There we are, nice yellow wagon. Once again, Lima, plastic wheels, but I know for a fact these are worth 20 quid each at least in good condition, and these are not bad. Caxton, there we are, a green one, same model, I think, just a different version of it. So yeah, they're all absolutely fine, serviceable, as I say. We've got this steel wagon, I think that's a steel wagon, 16 tonner. Once again, it's Lima, it's got a bit of a wobbly wheel there, but yeah, a lot of them are okay. In fact, I did find some metal wheels. It's had a sticker. I don't know why you would do this, Ferodo stuck on the side. I'm just going to take those off. And well, I've not took it off very well, but when I clean that up, I'll get the marks off and everything. But yeah, that's all right, that's all good. There's this is a box van that, mechanically speaking, I've sorted out. The wheels were rusted to hell, really, but I've cleaned the wheels up, I've managed to get all the rust off, and I've stuck the roof back on and such. It probably needs repainting, and it needs a buffer. I thought there was all buffers on it, actually, but yeah, a bit more work needed on it, but it is at least a functional wagon. And there's another one, but it doesn't have a roof. Here we are, it's exactly the same, yeah. The wheels, as you can see, are badly rusted. I haven't treated this one yet, so that's what it looked like, the other one. No roof, as I say, but it does have all the buffers and all the 3 links are fitted. I did find this, though, which is at least the right shape for it, so I thought if I don't find anything more suitable, I could just stick that on, well, cut it to size. It wouldn't look good like that. But yeah, just cut it to size and maybe fix it up. There's another wagon here that I quite like. This is the livestock one, once again, kit built, I assume, and there's a horse inside there which is upside down at the moment, not very comfortable. Midland Railway, the underframe is not correctly fitted, so it's all loose, but with a bit of effort I reckon I could get that one sorted as well. There is another wagon here which is all falling to pieces. I remember this one. This is a Midland Railway wagon. Again, rusted up wheels, but they are freely spinning, so I've no doubt I'll be able to fix it. And then one of the sides here just needs gluing back on and obviously cleaning up. So yeah, that's a bit of a project. Like I say, pretty sure I'll be able to service it unless there's some unforeseen issue. And then we've got an underframe here for a wagon that has literally just fallen to pieces. I don't know where the other parts of that are. Maybe they were in the other box. Not too sure, but yeah, possibly fixable, possibly. There's quite a lot of 00 stuff as well. If I, well, let's make a start. So we've got an Intercity 125 coach. Is that a Mark III, it's a guess? Something like that. As I say, it's got all the wheels are on it. The coupling hooks are missing, but I can replace those, no problem. It's actually reasonably clean. It's probably one of the cleanest things I've seen in here. Some other Intercity coaches, that's the sort of blue and grey. Again, all metal wheels, the couplings are okay or serviceable at the very least. And there's another one. These don't have any marks on them or anything. That one's missing a coupling. But yeah, if cleaned up, I think they would be more or less close enough to mint. There are quite a lot of Lima products in here, including this one, which probably is French, I'm not entirely sure. I actually stole a gear out of this Loco in order to repair my Lima O-gauge 4F, which is why it's all been taken apart, but I do have all the other bits, and as soon as I found another one of those gears, I've got some somewhere, I can put all this back together and make it work again. But it's an electric, rather. I might have said diesel. It's not, it's an electric. Okay, next up, a Mogul, or a Mogul oil tanker. Yeah, whether it will be worth cleaning that up or not, I'm not too sure, but it is at least all there with the wheels and everything, and the couplings, which is fine. Then we have the, in fact, this is not something I own already, so I could do this up and use it. This is the sort of grey Swallow liveried Intercity 125. There we go. That's the dummy car, but I'm pretty sure there's a power car somewhere as well. There's this power car for the Triang Transcontinental Loco, which does look serviceable, although something's just dropped off it. But yeah, I've got loads and loads of parts for these. It's been strangely repainted, as you can see, with an orange stripe. And it's very dirty. It's been in a loft, it's rusted. A lot of work to do if I ever want to fix it. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. Maybe it'd make a good video, restoring a model, possibly. Here's a detail pack, probably for that electric Loco. It's a Lima one. It's got some pantographs in it, mainly pantographs actually. Don't know what that is. Oh yeah, that's the sort of electric system. Basically, it must be a higher detailed pantograph or something like that. There's another person here. That looks low gauge to me. Yes, not brilliant, but probably usable. Yeah, if I ever build an O gauge. Oh, there's the front. Sorry, I was looking at the back of his head. But yeah, a person. Then we've got this. This is the Triang Lord Westwood accompanying Loco, number 2555. It was the 25th anniversary of Rovex or Hornby or something like that. And yeah, it's all there. Couplings are there. The motor's still inside it. It's got a nice XO4 in it. Probably could make a nice job of that. Although I've already got one, interestingly. Okay, this is nice. Nice Lima Wagon. It does have the European couplings on it, but it's a Ford one. I don't have a Ford wagon. I could never afford to get one. But, God, sorry about that. That was insane. But yeah, it hasn't. It's going to need different couplings, but I think I could probably arrange that. I think that's within my grasp, really. Now, this is interesting. This, to me, looks very much like a Dash 2. Whether it actually is or not, I'm not too sure. Let's have a look. There's the upper portion of the cab missing. This looks a lot like the Dash 2 that is in one of the train sets I've just reviewed. And there are bits dropping off it, and I can confirm that's just like the train set, the Mahano train set I reviewed. It does say made in Yugoslavia, and I can't see a brand on it, but yeah, I'm pretty sure that is based on the Mahano Dash 2 or another company perhaps, depending on who made it to start with. It's all there though, so I could probably make it work. Here's Steph. Hey up Steph, how are you going? Yeah, I don't know, is there a brand on this? This looks a bit kit built. No, it doesn't. Bits of it do. It looks like it's been modified or at least kit bashed. Yeah, can't see any branding on it, but it looks good. It's got metal wheels, European couplings. Yeah, not bad. Probably able to fix that if I wanted to. Right, there is some bubble wrap. This you know, I can guarantee this will interest somebody. Reliance Rock Company. There we go. Anybody know what this is? Broken. Yes, you can have that. The valve gear's all ruined on one side, but not to the point where I couldn't repair it. Yeah, that's going to be a very easy fix. And this is Rivarossi. Yeah, that's a good brand. If I can find the smoke box door, that will be a good Loco. I'd quite like to repair that if I can, see if I can make it work. Because they're good quality. Our Rivarossi, very good. Right, another Dash 2 with broken handrails. But I could probably make it work. I've noticed that some of the wheels here are not driven, which means that they don't have gears going to the third set of wheels. Obviously that might have been a change that Mahano made. Yeah, this one just says Yugoslavia on it. Yeah, I could probably fix it, but a lot of the handrails seem to be broken. Well, in fact, not a lot of them. The front looks a bit silly, but yeah, I reckon it's probably serviceable. Here we go. Here's the, yeah, this has got a motor inside. I just wanted to check. That's the driving car then from the 125. So we've got a full 3-car set actually, which is pretty good. So that will be worth stripping down and fixing. Ooh, this is an interesting one. Just take a look at this. Now, what brand is this? Klein Barn. Not something I'm familiar with, except it does look like it's great quality. It's very, very heavy. It's got pantographs on it, which look a little bit worse for wear. It's all-wheel drive, very, very complex gearing, as you can see there. It looks a little bit like Lima's, but better. Yeah, I thought, you know what, I might be able to fix that, or at least try. So, yeah, that looks quite good, doesn't it, that? And it's quite a nice size. Do like the look of that. It might be made of metal. It's not made of metal, but it's pretty heavy. I like the look of that. Next up then, a Santa Fe Loco number 1456. This is not a Dash 2. Well, it could be for all I know, but it doesn't look like the other Locos. Are they all-wheel drive? No, it's the same. Also made in Yugoslavia, so whatever brand this is. It could well be Mahano, or... yeah, at least Mahano probably bought the brand that made this, because, as I say, I've seen similar Locos made by Mahano. So I'll try and hold this in shot. But it's all there. The handrails are all broken at the back. But yeah, I could take those off and pretend they were never there. I don't know if I'd get away with that in videos or not. There's some O-gauge wheel sets, which I put to one side because I thought, you know, if the wagons have any dodgy wheel sets on them, I could use those. So, yeah, I've kept those to one side. Oh, folks, there's some interesting things in here. This wagon looks serviceable, although some things come off it. That's a brake lever. What is this? Yorkshire, Lincolnshire Distillation, Guinness-on-Trent. What? Anyway, yeah, that looks pretty good. It's a bit of a mess. Bits have been dropping off it, the brakes are a mess, but I reckon I could probably at least get it to work and do some shunting with it at the very least. So yeah, it's some strange sort of tanker wagon. I'll put the other bits of brake inside the body. There we are, although they are just going to come straight back out, but not to worry. Right, there's this, I recognise this. This is one of the Triangle sort of cement type wagons, I think it is. Yeah, there you are, you can see that. It's not got its top though, so yeah, I don't know why I put that in the good box, but not to worry. We've got another O-gauge wheel set. Yeah, that's usable if necessary. Another Loco, this looks like, again, one of those Yugoslavia built ones. Is that right? Yeah, Yugoslavia. This one's, I don't know why I put this in the good box. It's missing its... bogies, well, bogie wheels rather, so that might be one that just goes for parts or something like that, but Amtrak, it's a different body for it anyway. Okay, this one's interesting. It's a Great Western Mogul, kit built, with proper Romford wheels it looks like. Reasonably well kit built as well, although I can't see any pickups on it. Perhaps they're done through the axles. Yeah, it needs a lot of work, but it looks as though I could probably get this to work. That's my gut feeling anyway. Whether that's true, whether that's not, I've got no clue. And I'm speaking in rhyme for some reason, don't ask. And then there's a tender for it with no coal, so presumably you're expected to put crushed coal into there. Look at that. Quite nice, made of metal. The wheels have been designed to pick up, which is interesting. So maybe, yeah, maybe the tender's supposed to do one rail. I'm not sure. I'd probably have to re-engineer it actually. Then there's this, the underframe of a Lima Wagon of some description. Yeah, the axles are all rusted. Is it even Lima? No, it's not Lima. It says it's made in Great Britain. It's got the same couplings on it though, similar. So yeah, your guess is as good as mine. That could well be a Triang one actually. What do you reckon? Doesn't say the brand. Triang stuff normally has the brand on it, but whatever it is, it's all complete, just needs a body. This is something you'll all recognise. Again, why this is in the good box. I suppose I put this in the good box because it's got a good motor inside which I could take out and use. Yeah, it's missing its, you know, coupling rods and its cylinders and everything. Well, it's got the cylinders, it's not got anything else. It's not got the connecting rods. So yeah, that's an old Princess obviously. No tender for that one. This is an interesting model. Look at this. What is this? An LMS Loco of some description. Yeah, there is a nameplate on there, but I can't read it at the minute. Is the body loose? Yeah, it is motorised. It's got a pretty, well, insubstantial looking motor inside it, but yeah, maybe that will work. I have sort of high hopes that I'll be able to get that to go, although the tender will need to be rebuilt because it's all collapsed on the underside, as you can tell. And then the last Loco is this one. It's a bit of a Lima Loco, I'm guessing, looking at the mechanism. Yes, it does say Lima, Italy. Yeah, that's a good guess then. There we go, another electric of some description. It's a bit of a mess, that one. Missing, appears to be missing one of its pantographs. And there's a big ugly screw in the top. But yeah, I reckon mechanically speaking, that won't be too much of a problem. So there we go, that is my new graveyard of stuff. Wish me luck, let me know what you think down in the comments. Will I be able to fix this stuff, do you think? Or do you think I will fail miserably? Whatever you reckon, do let me know. But for the time being, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed that. Let me know in the poll, would you like to see more videos like this? Or do they bore you to tears? I guess if they bore you to tears, you won't still be here watching. Either way, thanks for watching, and I will see you next time. Cheers, everybody.